Australians who are exposed to that kind of activity, who've become radicalised, who've become trained in that kind of military activity, it is of course a concern that they might bring back to Australia that kind of knowledge.
Interviewed on ABC's 7:30, Shadow Attorney General Mark Dreyfus voices his concern over Australians heading to Syria to join the insurgent fighting. This comes after reports Australia's first suicide bomber blew himself up at a Syrian checkpoint back in September. Video published by the al-Qaeda-linked Jabhat al-Nusra shows a man referred to as Abu Asma al-Astrali, which translates as the father of Asma from Australia.
It's a really excellent example of why I proscribed Jabhat al-Nusra as a terrorist organisation under the Australian Criminal Code earlier this year. The effect of that is to prohibit Australians from joining or participating in any of the activities of Jabhat al-Nusra, whether that be here in Australia or overseas.
The figure's face is obscured throughout the vision, making it impossible to properly identify him. It's believed to be a man called Ahmed from Brisbane. However, his family has denied his involvement and insists he's alive in Turkey. The government, through intelligence work by ASIO and the police, is able to block Australians from leaving the country if they're suspected of heading to fight with terrorist groups overseas.
Of course, it's not always possible to determine in advance that someone is intending to participate in a conflict like this. They might, for example, state their intended destination as Turkey, rather than declaring what their true intentions are.
It's difficult to know how many Australians have headed overseas to join insurgent fighting, with figures running from dozens to hundreds. A major concern for national security is whether these citizens return home, imparted with the radical training from terrorist groups like Jabhat al-Nusra.